at least here in Atlanta. But got to talk about this. Home for Dinner, a real estate novel, is ready for purchase. It's available out there. You can buy this right now on Amazon. You can purchase this directly from us at Lee6, so we're waiting for it to come. You can visit this website at homefordinner.co. This book reflects, and I want to talk about how this book reflects what I consider to be the proper use of artificial intelligence. Because there will be people that will sit there and say, oh my God, you used artificial intelligence for this. How could you? But I've also had a couple of different test readers ask me how long it took to draft this thing. I've had a couple of test readers actually tell me that had I not been honest with the fact that I used artificial intelligence in the production process, they wouldn't have been able to tell. And so for me, this book represents the positive step forward in my business. And when you visit the website, I used Aya, our AI agent, to which you can see here is formatted like a journal. As you'll notice when you get the book and you start reading it, there is a very important object throughout the entire book that allows Wade, the lead, the primary character, to maintain a connection with what he's doing, who he learned from, and therefore for me the website had to reflect that as well. But you get a nice view of the book, or a nice view of the description of the book. You can purchase directly here from Amazon or Lee6. We're getting on other retailers right now. Learn a little bit about me, get some of the reviews. These are all real estate professionals. These are all people inside of the industry that have read the book and have said these words to me about their input, about their reaction. And to me, it reflects everything that I wanted this book to do. Now, when I tell you that this book is not autobiographical, but this book is a reflection of the struggle that I went through in my business. I had to, when I had nothing to offer Blair, when I had nothing to offer my family, when I thought I had nothing, that's the most important thing. Or when I thought I had nothing to offer, I had to really, really focus on why I made the decisions that I made. And so to that end, this book reflects that. And what these people are saying, these people that reviewed the book, these people that read the initial draft or the initial print ready draft, I wanted to see their reactions to it. And every single one of them said that they can remember instances of what happened in this book happening in their career. They can see the lessons and understand them that Wade picked up from his mentor, Terry. And they can actually see this being of value to agents inside of the industry. And I say all of that again to reflect the fact that, and you can stay in touch, you can sign up for a newsletter. Soon we'll have some resources that go along with the book. But I say all of that to remind you that artificial intelligence as a tool can be an incredibly powerful thing. So when I use this as a tool, I struggle badly at getting my thoughts out on paper in a written format. I can vocalize them. I can show people. I can explain to people. I can go into more detail than they probably want to know about. But writing that down, I would stare at a piece of paper. I would stare at a blank computer screen. And I used artificial intelligence I used Claude specifically to take my thoughts, do the things that I'm good at, and produce something like this. I used Claude to help with continuity. So, in other words, to sit there and say, here, remember, this is off of as we make further grammar, things like that. I also had every chapter of the book, made changes, made some focused points, make sure voice was consistent, things like that. And then I went through an additional 2 times, and then I let people read it and still made some further changes. All of that is to say that I hope you'll manage getting the book, because it is a reflection of, frankly, a skill set that nobody in real estate, I think, expresses in the fashion that I do. Not I think, I know. I know nobody in real estate does what I do, thinks in the way that I think, connects the ideas in the way that I connect. And you may see behind me, if I move the microphone here, you see those books there. The goal in these books by Goldratt and TOC, these are things that have nothing to do with real estate, except for the fact that the thinking is logical. The thinking is consistent. As Goldratt said, his thinking was very scientific, very natural science oriented. And for me, I wanted to bring that into real estate, and using artificial intelligence to help me do that, I used it as a tool. I read every word of this book so many times. I struggled to get ideas formatted the right way. I wrote entire sections. I axed and then re-added and reformatted entire chapters in a way that allowed me to tell the story I wanted to tell. And I'm firmly convinced at this point that this book is going to have a major impact on our industry in real estate. There are going to be things in this book that people read and say, "Oh my God, I knew that, but I didn't feel it. I've seen it, but I didn't practice it." The simplicity of what you will learn in this book, especially if you're in the real estate industry, is going to instantly augment whatever greatness and the skills that you have that you want to express. It's going to make those skills better. Guarantee you, without a doubt. It's 200 pages. It's written like a story. It's designed for you to learn from a story. And like I said, the story isn't autobiographical, but if you know me, you know there's a lot of influence of my own story in this. So I'll have more about, I want to do some interviews with readers, do some live streams with that. I want to be able to share this with people. Again, if you navigate to homefordinner.co and visit, there'll be a couple pages here. You can click through and purchase at Leasix, and it'll open up this form. And I'll tell you here, if you watched all the way through here to the end, come down here, fill out your mailing address and everything. Make sure you can see what it is that you're seeing. Select your home for dinner option. Here, to pay for printing and shipping, you select that option here, because I'm going to give you a cheat code. Enter this coupon, HFD. When you apply it, you wipe out the cost of the book, the retail cost of the book. The printing and shipping is literally the cost. Literally the cost. to have it printed, which we already have inventory on the way, like I said, and the cost of sending it media mail. You just need that coupon code HFD. Let me show you how easy it is again. HFD. Apply. And then if if you're like, no, screw you, I'm not paying for you to ship it to me. I want the book. Fantastic. You get it for free. We've got 50 of these copies. Some have already been claimed. So I want to make sure that people that can find value in this book get access to it. We'll be doing some other promotions, especially leading up to the RIA conference. And as I plan what it is that I will do at the NAR NXT event in New Orleans, probably have some more of these discounts and specials. But I'll also ask you, right, if this is a book that has the level of influence on your career that you want it to have, come in and get the book, buy it, at least print and ship it. And I'm excited to see what you do with it. Very excited to see what you do with it. So let's go out and change an industry, shall we? Let me see if I have any chats or comments here. Nothing as of yet. So I know I always get questions by emails after these things. I always get text messages. But if you have any questions, comment on the post where it's at. Contact me through the Home for Dinner website. You get a nice there's a nice opt-in form here. Just drop me your name and email. You'll immediately get a confirmation that you're inside of the system. Just reply to that confirmation. Tell me your question. But this book is something I'm incredibly proud of. Incredibly proud of how it was produced, the amount of work that went into making it emotionally driven and logically consistent. And I'm proud of what it's going to do in this industry. Can't wait to see what you do with it.